I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Yeah, but on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Yeah, but on my way home, yeah. Yeah, but on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me?
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's well. You right there, Mars?
Yeah, sorry, I had volume on the other one.
So don't worry about it. Used to it. I do it as well myself.
Oh,
How are you,
good.
there, Mars?
Oh,
You
I'm
good?
good. It's a nice hot Saturday morning here. How about you guys? You had hot, and
No,
now has it been
We had
raining?
hot. We had hot yesterday, and it's been raining non-stop all day today. So if my
Well, that's
Wi-Fi
not
cuts
bad.
out, I do apologise. Moss will be here anyway. It'll be fine. I
That's
will-
not bad though. You get some hot and then some rain, and things
Yeah,
look
it's not.
good.
It's
and
not. It's not great for migraines. When you have a migraine, it's
when it
it's not-
changes too quick. Yeah,
Yeah, it's literally dropped 15 Celsius in a day. It's
man, that's
been
like
mad.
us. You guys usually don't get that. That's more like
Yeah,
our weather.
exactly. It's mad. So, how's your week been? How's the world
Good.
of football for you?
I hope you're feeling a little better. I mean, I always thought, and that's the question I was going to propose to you is this Nations League? Like, I think a lot of people felt the same. Like, you just finished a season that was a little compacted, and then you're right into your national teams, and it's already going to be a messed up schedule this next year. Like, come on, you gotta. I don't
That's
know.
what's
It just seems to me the best players in the world are getting worn out. You know.
Well, it's also affected the transfers, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Ye-
Nothing really
yeah,
has
and
happened
that's
until
That's
that
what I was
finished.
saying to you last week, is
Yeah.
well, just you're getting fed up that some other people are announcing deals and stuff, and then June 10th, 11th, or whatever it was, it became official last weekend. A bunch of them, and then it's like, okay, there's still these nations leagues like all over the world going on, and how do you get people and their agents and the clubs and finalize things? You just can't. So I was like, well, get prepared because now it's going to start.
Yeah.
The rumors are actually going to start being legit, and we'll get a few, and now, yeah, I think. But yeah, before we get into our players and transfers and what we've actually did and the outs and what, I was going to ask you a couple things just on the world sports thing, because I'm over here and you have a different perspective over there, and
Yeah, go for it.
what have you thought about I was going to ask you about that Nations League too, but what have you thought about this live golf and I know there was a first one in London that already happened. I don't know what they're doing this week because US Open's on, so some of those same guys that were complaining and worried about not being allowed majors, they're back in it, and Mickelson and a lot of the players said they felt funny seeing him, and he did really happy, and McIlroy's hunting down another championship this weekend here.
See, I don't like how much money is in sport. You will understand PGA better than I will, because I don't see what the problem was with them playing on other tour. But obviously, there's a lot more legal.
But yeah, there's other tours here. There's a Canadian tour. There's all kinds of tours. There's European. There, you guys know that too. But I was like, well, yeah, PGA, you don't have the right to be the only tour. Big on them for throwing some big money and sponsorships at it, and they're going to have American, on American soil too. They're going to have tournaments over here, but I mean, some of these South African guys and guys around the world, I can't really blame them for taking money, but I just don't like Mickelson, and I think he's such
I know.
he's such a
Yeah.
phony.
Yeah. Oh, we have a comment. Oh, Bobby K.
Hey,
Hello,
our
Bobby
Spurs
K.
Canadian.
Funny. So
I think
funny.
he was doing like what we're doing, a Spurs, like who's in and out and stuff this morning.
Yeah. Well, go and make sure you subscribe. Is it Free Spurs Boys, isn't it? I think that
Free Spurs Boys. I think he's gonna put it on Twitch too now. Like we kind of do.
I watched a bit earlier. Then there was like 11 Tottenham fans. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. If I start commenting, there's gonna be trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Bobby, but I had to leave when there was 11 Tottenham fans in there. I was like, no, I can't. I like Bobby, but I can't cope with 11 Tottenham.
And you know my filter. You know my filter isn't the greatest.
But awesome guy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. I like him.
Yeah,
but and then that one, and then our other thing is, I know Brits don't like the.
she tried to wind me up.
I'll get roasted. If I'm getting it from Palace fans like Rich, I can't imagine what I'll get it from Spud. But KSE, I mean KSE, we have all our fans always so mad and want to blame them.
It's Bobby himself. Hello, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Go on with the Spurs fan. Why? Come on, just a few of us.
A few of you.
Huh? So I'm just making lunch for the big fella. He's finally decided to come to life. So got a few. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing well. How are you?
What's the weather out there? Balmy like this?
Wandering around like a fool. So what is happening on the news front? Arsenal with Martinez?
Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that idea, but it seems like Tielemans is cooled off.
Tielemans as well, yeah.
Is cooling off. Like we thought it was going to be done, and now it doesn't look like a done deal at all.
Well, it's still early, right? So what's the issue with Tielemans? Somebody else come in, or
it's the game? It's the game plan.
Or did he just somebody tell him that Arteta was managing?
Yeah, it's Leicester saying they might keep him on for a year, and maybe he thinks, I'll rip it up at the World Cup.
Yeah,
even bigger clubs will want me. He's starting to think, so he wants to wait till January. But I'm like, well, Leicester, you're going to get way less money.
yeah, because then he'll be right near the end of his contract, then, right?
Yeah, so they're thinking of extending him a year and keeping him, but he wasn't happy there the last year or two, so it sounds like a lot of posturing to me.
Yeah, but that's typical in a Brendan Rodgers team. After a few years, the players don't want to be there. It's happened to Liverpool to him too. Like he's a great man.
He comes in, the first year's good, and then he's like Mourinho a bit, and then it starts going down.
Yeah,
I mean they had a decent ending to the season.
Yeah, it's who knows? There's just something going on over there that doesn't sit well.
How hot's it out in Ontario? Really humid or what?
Actually, no, it's a little bit cooler today. It started off really warm, but we got a nice breeze going on. Last few days was pretty hot, though. It's 29, 30, 32 around there.
Yeah, that's what we have now.
It's 24, but we got a breeze, so it's really nice.
We had rain, and now it's like 28, 30, and 33 it's going to be up to today.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's a really nice, cool day. Great day for yard work, so I'm hiding inside and streaming.
I'm sweating. I was outside. I was like, I need a cold shower. I'm just sweating.
Yeah. Well, you don't get that kind of heat out there much, do you?
We get more drier heat, but after a huge couple rains, it feels super humid and hot. Yeah.
Sticky heat. Yeah.
You guys always have that. We sometimes get it. Yeah.
Yeah. The worst is when you go down like Florida and stuff like that. That heat that they have.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
I can handle 44 degrees in the desert, no problem. But
yeah, I love Arizona, but you go to Florida, it hurts all your joints and injuries all hurt and everything.
Yeah, it's a bad thing down there.
Arthritis. But yeah, we were talking about how the golf has gone crazy and the U.S. Open's on, so there's a lot of weird shit going on there. How Arsenal is the Cronky Sports Entertainment is taking over the world. They won NFL. Now they're going to win NHL championship, it looks like. So next is Arsenal.
Wait. Kroenke owns the Abs?
He owns
Yeah.
LA Rams. He owns Colorado Avalanche. He owns
What a
Colorado
good
Rapids.
idea.
He owns a WNBA team. He's part owner of the Denver Nuggets
Wow.
because he owns that stadium, hey, let Nuggets and Avalanche play in.
Okay.
He owns all the media rights. Yeah, because I talked to this guy, Mile High Gooner, that is in Denver, and he's like, it sucks. He owns all the media, owns everything, and he doesn't let it go on TV. It's always blacked out in Colorado.
So you got to pay for it.
So you got to pay.
Nice. Well, I'm going to show you that box thing as well, how that IPTV box thing works, right? So.
Yeah, I'll get you on WhatsApp. And
Yeah.
like you said, I'll find a local guy. I do kind of know one guy that is into it. So
You want somebody that's local, just in
and then
case.
I'll ask you about it when I have a connection. I'll ask you more about it.
Yeah, like the good thing is, like my guy's a half hour away from me. I can't remember the last time I saw him physically, and it's just he just sends me a video. You know what I mean? Or he'll WhatsApp me and saying, okay, now do this, and it's pretty basic.
Arsenal Canada. Does Spurs have a Canada club or what?
Oh yeah, we got Toronto's first.
What?
Yeah, we got Toronto's first.
Toronto Spurs club? Yeah, mine's Arsenal Canada. I'm just ordering my tickets, Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah, they had a Canada Spurs, and then they had a Canada Spurs, and then they changed that over to Toronto Spurs because it was too many different chapters, I guess, and everybody had their own.
Have all kinds. Edmonton has one.
So,
Calgary has a Gooners club. It's good. But
Yeah,
around
it's
Toronto,
really
there's a
good.
huge one, Toronto Gooners. Yeah.
yeah, we got it's a really, really good atmosphere, good crowd and everything. Nicola?
But I've always been Arsenal Canada Bobbies, and I asked them for tickets because man, you get good options and like for good deals and you always like because there's always for Arsenal probably Tottenham too and they always keep set aside tickets for global membership fans, eh?
Yes, yeah, we get that same allocation. The guys at Toronto Spurs take care of that, so they tell us.
I don't know about the away game. We start away at Palace, so they're saying you got to almost ask Palace. So yeah, I'm gonna ask Rich.
Bob, I'm trying to actually plan for the Derby. That's January 14th.
Yeah, so I'm
because my little one's birthday is the 15th,
cool.
And because of COVID and stuff, and his birthday being in January, for lack of better words, his birthdays have sucked.
Yeah, January sucks. Yeah.
So
my dad's is the 15th.
Yeah. So there you go. And so I want to take him. I'm thinking about doing a cheeky little sneaky 1 week trip, just him and me, take him to the game. So I got to just get corporate approval. So I got to talk to the boss about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Emirates Cup. That's July 30th in London. We're playing Sevilla, right, Bobby?
Yeah.
And then August 6th, we're at Palace, and then 13th, home to Leicester. So I'm going to stay a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a good time for you to go because that'll probably be the only 3 points you get out of the first round of 6 games.
No, we got a nice schedule this year compared to last year.
No, like I was talking to Rich about it the other day, they got shafted.
They got some tough early games. Yeah.
Nightmare.
And then, if we win hockey and football, I mean, I guess we got to win Europa. It's just settled, Bobby. We got to win that.
Yeah. Let's hope.
I went all the way to Azerbaijan. You can see on the flag.
Oh no way!
For the Europa Cup, only to lose to stupid Chelsea and Giroud. And
I'm pretty sure you're the man with a tattoo, aren't you, boss?
Yeah, I got a tattoo on my right calf. But, man, that was a long way to go. But I went through Qatar Airways, and on the way back, stay in Doha. So I got to see where the World Cup's going to be. Man, there was, like, camels hanging out downtown. It was crazy. I was like, oh, my. It was, like, midnight. It was still, like, 35, 36 degrees at midnight. Like,
yeah.
like you could not have soccer there in the summer. It would like maybe the players wouldn't die, but there'd be fans dying, man. Like,
Well, yeah, us people coming from outside of that area and outside of that region.
you think
Yeah,
you're all right, and then all of a sudden you're dying. Like,
Man.
it's way too hot. It's desert, man. And then there's that, and then
what's cracking on your guys' window there? Do you see anything else in terms of what's happening? Any more rumors? Anybody else you guys are linked to?
yeah, we were just about to get into that. I was gonna ask Bobby, Arsenal here. What happens in this Nations League? Like, say England, like they all have their little groups in the A division. So what happens? Like, then you start playing the other groups if you're in the top 1 or 2. And what happens if you're in the bottom? Do you go down to the B division next
You
year?
go down to the B division and you're pretty much relegated. You're out of the next tournament, right?
Is that right?
Yeah. That's pretty much it, yeah.
So,
Bobby
like, if
K's got it
Norway
right.
wins B, they could go up to A next year, and England loses A, they would go down to B.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then that's what happened last year. Like, what was it? Portugal and France? Or no, what was it?
It was a big team last year.
Spain and France, was it? In the final? So, like, each division, like D, C, B, A, have like finals?
Yeah, they go into knockout stage, and then I think it is knockout stage will be after that.
Okay.
It's very, to be honest, it's the worst
It's
competition
such a
they've
money
ever
grab,
created.
is it not?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
completely. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I was reading an article the other day. Luka Modric, out of all players in the world, a workhorse of a player that never complains and just does his
And
job.
plays all the time for country and club, yeah.
Yeah, he said that this tournament is inhumane. To have players play 4 games in 10 days is inhumane. And that's a guy that actually has a work engine, you know? So imagine how these young
And he's
guys
done
that
it
don't
for
want
over a
to play
decade, yeah.
how they feel. Right? Like that's a world-class player telling you that this is not right.
Yeah.
Like, what's it for, though? Like you just said,
When
benefits.
it seemed
It's
like
all
England's
trying
not
to
even
show
taking it
profit.
serious, for one. Like, it didn't seem like England cared. And then other
No,
teams, you
they
seem
do.
like they really do care, and they're, like, rotating their squad, and it's all over the map, really. And then we have CONCACAF Nations League. Like, I'm good, like, how we're lining up all the internationals and making it fair. But, man, it's too many games. It's too many. Like,
Yeah, and even if we're going into this thing with that half-ass attitude of we don't care or anything like that, regardless of if we care about the tournament or not, when we've got our starting 11 that starts for England playing against Hungary and we get demolished 4-0 by them, it's still demoralizing.
yeah, it hurts your ranking. It hurts a
So
lot.
it's just a ripple effect through the squad. Then you get that you know, the
And
question.
then what I was saying to Bobby Arsenal a couple of weeks ago is, look at Canada. We're trying to make a game with Iran and then cancel and Panama. We need practice for the World Cup. We can't make matches with the European teams because they're wrapped up in Nations League. So are we. There's no way anyone's agreeing to any of that or going to pay the money to make that happen. Like, it's not fair, and something needs to change. Like, it's too many games, and it's like maybe it needs to change. There's no Nations League or something the year of a World Cup or something, you know, something like that, where because it's madness. You're right. Like, the top players are playing unbelievable too much right at the end of the week.
When you look at how much, you know, like just Harry Kane, for example, how many games he's going to end up playing through clubs, through competitions, and everything by the end, and then through the internet for the national team as well. That's ridiculous.
And you don't want to, if you want this Nations League to be serious, you don't want them to be half-assing it.
No, I would say if anything, make it more like the way the Olympics have done it. Then force them to use their B squads or like
under 23
or well,
under
actually
23s with a couple extra older guys, you know,
the guys that are not on the national team, basically. They can play for the national team, but they're not on the national team. Those guys, basically. You know, you would see like maybe a Gary Cahill or something like that. You know what I'm getting to, basically, right? Guys that aren't going to be starting for England's team or making that squad.
Like you said, the Olympic idea where it's 23 and under, but you're allowed like 3 or 4 older ones.
You look at the Canada national team when they played. I don't know what tournament it is when we play the international tournament, but you had
Gold Cup.
Who was our captain? It was Oh,
Atiba?
man, the guy he was like 32 now, and I was
Atiba?
shocked that he was still playing. And I was
Oh,
like,
Arfield on Rangers.
oh,
Scott Arfield. He's on
no,
Rangers.
he's not a pro. He doesn't play pro hockey anymore. He doesn't. He plays in like
Oh,
some other
hockey.
NHL or something, or I don't know. You can't be in the NHL.
Oh, for the World Championships.
Yes, it was the World Championships. That's what it was. And I'm trying
Yeah,
to remember
we
who the hell.
threw over young guys and guys playing in Europe and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're playing elsewhere, right? So I liked that. You know what I mean? So you can take England players that maybe aren't necessarily all tied to the Premier League or something like that. Who knows? There's ways to change it that kind of where we as fans still get football. These greedy bastards still get their money, and we're not killing our main squad basically.
I just think the year of a World Cup, when we've made all these accommodations to play a Winter World Cup. Okay, let's hold our horses on this Nations League for one season. Because when September comes, there's going to be more Nations League and teams from over here in Asia and stuff that want games with European teams. It ain't going to happen again.
Nope.
Because the Nations League takes precedence. And that's World Cup. That should be World Cup prep time. Usually it is in the summer when we'd be doing it now, before in May before the World Cup starts, and it's all wacky this year.
But that's what shows you how corrupt FIFA is, right?
Yeah,
that shows you that level of corruption.
Let's play 2026 in November, December, and I think Canada's chances will go a little higher.
I think they're going to do well.
Playing some snow, people, and see what happens then.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this tournament's going to go. It's definitely going to be an interesting one.
I just want we get our first goal for Canada. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be.
We didn't score in '86.
Thing that sucks is we're watching the game here in winter, so it's not like we can sit outside on a patio or anything like that and enjoy the game.
Yeah, that too.
That's what I think. Canada,
will be in 2022 and 2026 World Cups back to back. The greatest part of it is our whole squad. Bobby, we're practically all 20, 23-year-olds.
Yeah.
And in the next World Cup, they're all going to be in their prime.
Yeah. When they come here, oh man, it's going to be amazing. Going to be amazing.
So getting into transfers, Bobby Arsenal, Eddie Nketiah is done now.
Yep.
So what were the final numbers? 100,000 a week, and he's getting number 14.
That's what they're still saying. There's no information saying otherwise. It's very hard to find the details on it. That's the problem.
What do you think about this? Fans and stuff getting upset that he's gonna get number 14. It's not like hockey. You don't end numbers. you don't has any clubs ever just said you can't wear a number? I don't think it happens in soccer.
Did Martin Keown wear?
What's that?
What number did Martin Keown wear?
Was it 5?
He also wore number 14 as well.
Yeah,
there's no Henry was 14, but other people have been 14 too. It's just one of those things,
I don't know why they're getting upset with it. Henry was number 12 for France. He's had different numbers. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm a bit more upset about the 100,000 than I am about the number.
Yeah, I hear you.
The 100,000, I don't get where he's got that from.
But you see it all year. Arteta was talking him up every time and saying the guy.
Yeah, but how bad he
performed
against Nottingham Forest and who else? Was it Newcastle as well? Crystal Palace. He's had some shocking games too. And that's what people do forget.
I mean, people wanted him out of our club, halfway through the season after a couple substitutions and shocking misses. But I'm like, man, Arteta talks him up all the time. Give him a go, and he got his go and he scored.
Yeah,
when he got to start.
I know Tottenham have got a couple of good youngsters, haven't you, as well? Strikers.
Young striker.
Everybody, basically. But, gentlemen, I'm going to let you carry on with the transfer talk. That beat means my lunch and the big guy's lunch is ready, so let me feed him. If you guys are still going in a little while, I'll jump back in.
We'll see you later.
Okay. See you later, mate.
See you in a bit. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Awesome. So Eddie is done.
Yeah, I'm
possibly number 14.
I'm going to share the screen with you. Must be easy for you to see it.
Just gonna check if. Oh, Mario, why are you right under me?
Can you see that, Moss? You can see that, I think.
None of the top golfers have started yet. It's later this afternoon. Rory's in the running, eh? He won the Canadian Open. Now he's one behind the leaders for the U.S. Open. Okay, what are we looking at?
Can you
here?
see that?
How do I make it bigger?
All right, so that's all the players that we're
There, I
linked
made it
with right
bigger.
now. I don't know. Can you make it? There you go.
Yeah, now I made it bigger. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I should take the thing off too. Even better.
There you go. Can you see
Oh
that?
yeah,
all right?
you did what you did. Nice.
No, this is not what I do. This is the website that I use. I use Transfermarkt.
Yeah, I like that place too.
They are very good because they even give you
You
like,
and Tariq
probability as
told
well.
me, and yeah, I kind of like it now.
They give you the probability of it happening as well. So
No way. Yeah, I like seeing it for the numbers because it's never what they say, but at least you have perspective, right?
well, this is the thing. Like, if you look at Yuri Tillman's market value of nearly 50 million, and we're trying to get him for 25. Harry said earlier, I don't know if you watched Harry's stream earlier.
Yeah, I
but he
watched
says
Harry.
if we pay 40 million, I don't want to pay it. Well, you're still getting a good deal.
Yeah.
Because
I heard it went up to 30, but now it's stalled.
Yeah, I'm guessing we've probably got like a budget, and we're trying to keep within the budget to try and get everyone we want.
The reason it was lower before is he's the one that said he wants out the whole season. So
exactly,
we're not going to go throw a ton. Like we're playing this right, I think.
Yeah, because as far as I know, as far as I'm aware, that he wants to join us. That's not the problem. There's something else. And I don't know what the problem is, to be honest.
I think Leicester's holding it up now because we're playing them right off the start.
Yep. See, they got 92% chance of Vieira, but I'm pretty sure that's done. We're just waiting for the video.
They kept saying all last night when I was looking at things that it's done. Like they're putting them in shirts and everything. But
we take forever to make videos, don't we? Let's be honest.
So it sounds like it's all done in the background. So what is the final number, too?
For Vieira, that's 29 million.
29 million euros? Yeah, so is it like 30?
It's 29 million pounds with
pounds.
4 million in add-ons. Which
that makes it more what I was thinking. 32 million pounds, about 33 million pounds. So it was like 40 million euros kind of thing.
Yeah. It's a good sign for me.
You also have Morata on here.
Yeah, well, that's a link from 27th of May.
We're always linked to this guy, man.
But the problem is with that one, the probability is going up. It's now up to 62% chance.
Well, he said he was happy. I saw something writing about happy going back to Atletico Madrid.
Honestly, mate, I'm fed up of ever hearing that guy's name. I don't want him anywhere near.
Speaking of Atletico Madrid, I'll go out of order here. I'll bring up one of our outs that ain't happening now. Torreira. What do we do about this? If we don't get Tielemans, why don't we just bring him back for half a year at least? Like, what if he rips it up at the World Cup, and we could sell him more in January?
See, I like Torreira. I always have.
I always did, day one. I mean,
the
guy was depressed.
The guy just doesn't settle in England, and that's fine. People
did you hear what happened? Like, his whole family died almost during the COVID pandemic. He's stuck. He felt trapped here in England at the time, and he was just depressed, man.
Yeah. So I hope we find a way of keeping him because that will be a very good backup.
We need behind the scenes. We need some niceties going on with him and his agent, and hey, come to London in July. Here, check it out a bit more. It's not so dreary.
The fact of the matter is, if he's happier, we could.
There's Italian teams that want him. They saw him play all last year, and he did awesome.
Well, the thing is, what I don't want to hear, because Fiorentina offered us 6 million, I think, didn't they?
They're lowballing us. They have all this money, and they're
but what scares me is that we just tear up his contract.
Yeah,
that's what scares me because I'd rather have the 6 million than nothing. in an actual fact, it probably
We're
costs
gonna
money.
like when his salary starts kicking in again, like August.
Yeah,
end
it
of
will
July.
be. Yeah.
So like we're paying his salary, not getting any loan. But I just think it's a better risk keeping him than taking a 6 or 7 million when he is going to be on the Uruguayan team and he's going to do good.
Yeah, because he's a very good player. Very good.
Uruguay
Emery just
love him.
played him
He
wrong.
always plays.
Yeah, I think he's very good. He's small. He's agile. He's
Uruguay's
very
in a
quick.
good group. They should win. They should get through.
Yeah, well, the other ones that worry me is Maitland-Niles. He's still with us.
I heard Forrest and Burrow. A few teams are kind of kicking tires on him now.
I'll be surprised if they're like permanent signings, though. I bet it's a loan again.
Yeah.
Like always. It's always a loan with Maitland-Niles, isn't it?
Do Forrest, Bournemouth, and Fulham all kind of get the same amount of money for coming up? Or that Fulham got like more because they won?
They probably won a little bit more from the BL, yeah.
Pretty close,
EFL.
but a little bit of difference.
Okay. But once you're in the Premier League, you're all pretty much got the same amount of money. But Fulham would have won a little bit more just because they actually won the league. It's probably like 10 million, if that. Wouldn't have been much difference. But it depends on what everyone's going to do, because there isn't that many rumours, is there, really?
What was...
I check them every day, and it's not that many.
That Football Terrace or Football Terrence or whatever he is.
Don't start me on him.
Yeah, I don't like him either, but I was catching it while I was in the shower, just playing it on. It was the next thing that popped up after Harry's or Tom's or something.
Yeah.
And he was going on that it doesn't mean this Tielemans isn't happening still. It
doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't.
Like they're saying it cooled off because something happened, and I think we're probably playing the right game. We're cooling it off because we had a deal, and now you guys are kind of balking at it.
Well, exactly. So there's obviously something behind the scenes that we don't know about, and that's fine. We don't need to know everything.
And he said if Lisandro Martinez, the Fabio Vieira, it hasn't stopped that we're going after Rafinha and Tielemans, he was saying.
I'm not convinced by Rafinha. I don't think that's
I think Leeds are shopping them to us. There's no doubt about that, because they were hoping a big payday Barcelona, and it's not happening because they got a million things they got to do before they get to that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're trying to sell part of their organization at the moment, aren't they?
And De Jong is up, and they're trying to get Lewandowski in. There's a lot of moving parts there. Sell Depay. There's lots of things going on.
Yeah, I think at some point, probably the next 4 weeks, it's all just going to kick off in the transfer market. It's just
this next week, especially because now, after Nations League ended, the discussions have really gotten serious, and so next week we can see some things happening with European and British players.
I expect Vieira to be announced by Monday.
It's kind of done, so Monday for sure.
I'd expect Jesus one to be done by next weekend if we're going to get him, because we're close now. We're close to getting him. So,
okay, that was almost my next one, but I kind of had Fabio Vieira on what your thoughts are, and
I'm excited. I've liked him for 3 years. I like the kid. I think he's really. Does
it not seem like a total Arsene Wenger signing? It seems like that to me. Those were the kind of signings he always was doing, like under 21s and under 18s at big clubs that aren't getting a chance yet, and he swoops in and gets them. And
I think it's a very clever signing. I think he's a very good young kid. He's been very good since about 3 years now at Porto. So
he was like player of the under 21 Euro. Player of the tournament.
A lot of people have had to look him up on YouTube clips, but if you know how good he is.
Yeah.
And
I've noticed him. I've seen him on FC Porto when I went to see what Eustáquio was doing, and he wasn't playing, and this kid was.
Yeah, because I like him. I really do. I'm excited about him.
It's probably the reason Eustáquio wasn't starting a lot of times, and then he did towards the end, but
because there'll be some games that him and Odegaard can play in the same.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Play together, and that will be very exciting.
Is our system changing, or are we just going to be able to be more fluid and be able to change to
I think
3-4-2-1s, 3-4-2-1s, and 4-3-3s, and 4-2-3-1s. Like we're gonna be able to do that game to game now. That's what I've always been hoping, that we get to that point.
Yeah, well, my biggest hope has always been squad, isn't it? And I think this is where we're actually doing it now. We're actually getting a squad.
That it doesn't matter who you're playing. That
Yeah,
who's fit and the best, ready to go for
because
that team. Yeah.
I'm not having a pop at Odegaard, but if Odegaard knew that he was number one, there's no one going to challenge him. At some point, he's going to go, do I really need to try today?
How many times, if you're down or you're tied and you need a win, how many times are you going to throw Vieira on for Partey or Xhaka or whoever, and you're going to say him and Odegaard just go, let's counter, let's get this going.
Because that's what one of his
ball.
Yeah, he's very creative. He's very good, very quick-minded as well.
He seems like a Silva, but not quite the same body type, but that kind of player,
Exactly. I'm excited by him. I really am.
I'm happy with that one. That brings me back old Wenger vibes of finding these little gems and guys about to just burst onto their.
Well, to be honest, I won't even. I'll rule out Wenger because I could say Anders Limpar. He was exciting. Do you remember him?
He didn't get to play all that much, but he was a good player.
No. Yeah, and he came from literally nowhere. Yeah. No one even knew about him.
Oh, there were so many like that.
And he was a left winger, and he was very good. I enjoyed him. I enjoy watching him.
I remember when we first signed Reyes. Everyone's like, "Who the hell's this? Who the hell's this?" And he was just banging. I'm like, "He's awesome."
Yeah. But unfortunately we've had some ones that were exciting, and they just didn't perform for us. Like Carlos Faya, he didn't really perform as well as he could have. I don't think for us. But he went on and did better things elsewhere.
Okay, well then, so that one we kind of got the right prices now. So Gabriel Jesus, we've talked about Tielemans, must be in that 30 mil range now. I heard that we have countered. We went up on our offer on Jesus. I don't know how real it is, but it sounds like 42, 43 million pounds in that range.
That's still fine for me. That's still fine.
I was just not good. If we're going 50 and higher, I go, this is getting ridiculous.
You got to think of his market value is 53 million.
But he's got a year left. We're going to have to pay him huge, salary to.
I think
get a long deal done.
If he had 2 years, we'd have to probably pay about 70 million.
Yeah, it'd be 60 at least. Yeah.
So to get him slightly below his market value, I think that's pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, it just sounds like they're playing Real Madrid and Chelsea, that these other teams might come in so that they get extra wages, extra years, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because I've got you 3 questions. You said I don't know if it's going to come up all right. Hang on. Oh, see, it's going to come up.
Oh yeah, you had.
These are yours. I've got your questions. You see. So that's your first question.
Same one. Yeah.
So are Arsenal right to give Eddie Nketiah 100,000 and the number 14 shares? So come on, what's your view?
Well, yeah, I asked you that, and you said, yeah, it's fine. You're a little upset about the amount of money. I'm fine with it. But I told Tariq and so many people, we need to lock up Saka and Smith Rowe longer and need to give the money, because look at already the Hawks are circling for Liverpool, and Man U and everything are going to want to come in for Saka. I didn't want this to start happening like that. And if we're giving Eddie 100K and Saka's not anywhere near this, people talk, man. It's not good.
Yeah. Well, that's what some people are saying. We're going to have to give Saka 250 now.
Yeah. Because we're really going to have to put a big deal to him.
You can't put Saka very close to Eddie's wage, considering the difference, what they actually done for the club.
What he means to us, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, that's your one answer quickly then. Second one is this one. Now, Bobby K's already left us, but I'm interested in what you
I wanted this guy when we had Wenger.
But where do you think he fits in Tottenham? Because I can't work it out.
He really is he could play left wing, right wing, wing back, right wing back. He could do anything. He can play in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
I've watched them for years and years, and he's so good on his national team. He is one of the best volleyers I've ever seen of the ball, just hitting it, first time. Oh, he is really good, but it's a 1-year signing. It's a Conte signing.
Yeah.
He's like, I want this guy for the Champions League. That's what it is.
So what position do you think he's going to play at Tottenham this season? Because I can't work that one out.
I think he comes in for Son. Son maybe goes up top a little bit more. Kane gets some rest, then you put him in, and then Kulusevski on the other side.
Is that what you
And
reckon?
yeah, Kane will get a little bit more rest and stuff. Son will go up top sometimes. Perisic and Kulusevski on the sides. But yeah, he's there to spell off Son and Kulusevski mostly.
Oh, okay. And the final question for you is a bit more technical.
Yeah, like it's hard to put in place. Like Glazers are taking money out, yet they want to spend huge, and we have seen no action. But I think they're really trying to work out on not having to pay over 100 million for De Jong. It seems like right now, or Nkuku, one of them.
Yeah.
And they know they can't do 2 or 3 of those. They know they need to get one of them right. And if you know the Ajax coach, I guarantee it's De Jong he's wanting. For the future and to make him look good and solidify this team and get it going. Like that's the one place they need someone the most too. If everyone's watching Man U, that the middle of the park needs fixing.
But it's very un-Man United like, considering how much they've got to do this summer to have done literally nothing.
Like the rumors are out there that we've been approved by our owners. Yeah, we'll spend 200 mil. United, You're not hearing anything like this, and Glazers took out some money again.
Yeah, because I was hearing from.
I don't know how much they're gonna be able to spend with. They need some sales, I think.
Yeah, because I was listening to the Man United agenda a couple of days ago with.
And they don't seem like they're too bothered on wages, right, Bobby? Like it's not so much wages, but they can't afford the big transfer fees again.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? Because there was a lot of talk.
Because like they're losing Pogba, they're losing a few, so they're okay on salaries giving out, but
yeah, because before the end of the season broke up, it was Declan Rice and this and that, and all of a sudden
now it's gone silent. Yeah,
there's like what's
it's
going
just
on?
De Jong, Anthony, and Cuckoo, isn't it? That they're kind of rumored with, and Ericsson too.
Well, Ericsson will be a freebie anyway, but yeah,
but good.
But it just poses the question: how much financial problem are they in? Because
it's hard to tell with them. Where Everton, we've seen the numbers and the losses, and they're blaming it on pandemic and whatnot. But man, they were spending willy-nilly there for a few years.
And there's new buyers looking at Everton right now. They've got exclusive.
What's this about? Tell me.
It's a Saudi team.
It's a Saudi-led group.
Yeah, Peter Kenyon is behind it. I think he was from Chelsea, wasn't he, Peter Kenyon?
Because they had Usmanov kind of money in there. Some of their shares, right?
Yeah, because obviously that's gone. Usmanov's money gone.
They obviously need some injection, yeah.
Yeah.
But what happens to those losses? Like I know I've talked about ours and I've gone through ours, and it's something Kroenke's not too worried about at all. But I mean, Everton's was worse, and if they got relegated, it was maybe going to be
that would have
been a big trouble of financial fair play and everything.
Yeah, because is it Stanley Park that they've bought? What's the one where they're moving to again now? Everton, they're moving somewhere. Aren't they?
They're going to build something, or
I know they've got a new plot of land, haven't they?
For training purposes.
Well, it's going to be a new stadium.
Or new stadium.
Yeah, new stadium. I can't remember when they do it by.
So
here, Bramley Moor Dock Stadium.
Do we got any votes? Did you do the poll?
They're planning to do it for 2 years' time.
You didn't do the poll, or you did the poll?
Oh, I think I did the poll. Yeah, I don't think anyone's been on apart from Bobby, to be honest.
I don't see a poll though. I voted on it. Oh, maybe because I voted on it, it went away.
50-50.
Okay, you can see it. Okay, good.
Oh, hang on, I've had to turn you off because I was on. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's 50-50. No one for Hickey. Hickey's my choice. But then I'd want Hickey and Zinchenko.
I wanted Hickey so bad when I first learned about him, but then when Zinchenko came up, I'm like, man, I like him.
I'd have both though, because Hickey could play right and left back. Zinchenko can play left back and centre mid.
Center mid.
So
Or if we went a 4-3-3, a left center mid, that would be like we don't need Xhaka so much.
well, yeah, because he's being rumoured to go into Italy. So
Zinchenko or Xhaka?
no, Xhaka. There has been
Again?
links. There has been links today.
Man, I want good money for him now. They were trying to lowball us last year so much.
Yeah, but how much would you want for him? Honestly, what's his value? So
15 to 20, right? Because they were trying to really lowball us last year, Roma.
yeah, well, last year, yeah, I kind of agree with what they were. His market value is 18 million. So, yeah.
Saturday night over there, everyone's doing things and enjoying life, I'm sure.
Always are. Yeah.
I'm kind of pumped to start making my plans to get over there.
So when you planning on coming over here?
Like 28th, 29th, so I can see the Emirates Cup.
Yeah.
Creambone's good at me staying there, but I still might get a hotel for the first few days or so, and then not be open anything, just find something here and there, because maybe I go down to Kent, maybe I go up to Wolves and see you guys.
Yeah.
The
be crazy, wouldn't it, for you?
The greater TTF family.
Yeah.
Wolfland, the Black Wolfland.
Black Wolves.
With no wolves. Wolfland with no wolves.
Yeah, there's definitely no
I always
wolves.
saw it.
There's some deer, but that's about it.
You guys get like some crazy foxes and things, don't you? You don't have coyotes like us, but you don't have any wolves anymore, right?
No, we don't have any wolves. We have some foxes, yeah. The street foxes here.
Yeah, we have lots of foxes, but we have lots of coyotes. A lot of times people think they're wolves, but they're not. Their legs are way shorter. They look like they look like German shepherds or that kind of coyotes, but a lot of times they're mating with wolves too. So you kind of get ones that are like in between coyote and wolf.
Oh crikey! But what's your expectations for this week for Arsenal then?
I think, unfortunately, Jesus probably gets done because you know what my preference was.
Yes.
Cheaper, slightly more Canadian and loyal. Scores in monsoons, scores in snow, does it all. But now it sounds like they've changed the coach. I know he was unhappy, Jonathan David.
Yeah.
And he's not a guy that's going to come out, say that, talk about it, make trouble. But he was not happy with that coach. It was some of the worst coaching I've seen on preparing your team and your lineups and the subs. It was awful. Like Yilmaz and Weah didn't play always, and now Weah plays at the end, and he was awesome.
Yeah. Lille were awful when we were watching that because we watched them a couple of times this season.
I thought Renato Sanchez was maybe their best player this year, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think he's going to AC Milan, I think, by the sounds of it.
He had a good season. And then there's a guy on defense, Sven Botman. A lot of people are after, a Dutch guy.
Newcastle, yeah.
Yeah, they've been after him a few times, I think.
I think Arsenal's name was very quickly thrown in the hat, but I think that got pulled out quite quickly.
There's a lot of like German clubs and lots of clubs after him.
Yeah, well, he's been pretty good for quite a few years, though, to be fair.
So then what are your thoughts? What is even this price range on this Lisandro Martinez? I haven't really nailed that down. I know I just looked into watching him and looking at some stats and reminding myself what he was like with Ajax. And I'm like, man, I like him.
Well, I've seen him for quite a few years.
Argentinian Frank de Boer kind of.
Yeah, he's all right. I quite like him.
He really hits a nice pass, like a nice ball.
He's only 24.
25 this year, I think.
Yeah. I know he's not 25 till next year.
Oh, okay. He just turned 24. Wow. That's a good age for us.
Yeah, January. 7 caps for Argentina.
Because I was trying to find. I'm like, have I seen him on Argentina? And I was like, I only think I saw him step on once.
To be fair, we are low balling him because his market value is nearly 30 million. So we are low balling.
What do you have that? Do you have that thing again?
Yeah, I've had it on now. It's 28 million, 28.8 million is value.
And what have we supposedly offered?
I think
I thought it was 30 and.
Yeah, but I think it's euros.
Oh, 30 million euros. That's what
Yeah,
I
because
did
we always
see.
talk.
You're
We
right.
always
You're
talk
right.
about euros,
And there's talk about it going to 35 million euros this week.
Yeah, because they signed him 3 years ago.
I think this might be a done deal. I think we're really after him.
Yeah, because it
My
says
thought,
here.
Bobby, again, and I've been telling Tariq, is I think we're going to a back three.
I
And
think
he would fit in that nicely too.
I think he wants it as an option. I
Yeah.
think he wants it.
I
As an
think,
option.
yeah, like we're going to use it against maybe Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and
Yeah.
in the Europa we'll use it and test it,
Yeah,
and then yeah, we go 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 against most of the rest of the team.
yeah. I'm hoping.
I've been telling Tariq that for a year now.
I've said to you, haven't I, before? I need him to be more fluid instead of just having one
and then
one formation.
Nuno, Tierney. I think because you play four, and if you have Nuno or even Tierney and you have Cedric on the right, I'm sorry, but those guys are not good defenders, Cedric and Nuno. It's like you might as well go to a back three. Like that's what I was saying. As soon as we lost Tierney, why aren't we going to a back three?
Exactly.
Because Nuno is not comfortable. He is not has a switch flipped on how to defend, how to position yourself. He tackles from behind. He's on the wrong side. Like I saw it over and over again, and he is a fantastic talent. We put in a clause, I think, this week that someone has to put in a shitload of money for him to take him.
Yeah.
So I could see him loaned out, but if we go to a back three and we don't get Hickey or Zinchenko, we're keeping him. Like,
yeah, for me, Tavares needs to go out on loan this year. So does Lukonga. They need to.
But that's depending on these signings.
Well, obviously.
And that guy, West Brom, that Tariq told me about that Leno Suarez guy. Or he's a left wing back.
Oh, the one we got, yeah. He's in our youth setup, isn't he?
He could be something special.
Well, I like him. Again, yeah. Luno, yeah. I think his name's Luno.
Is it Lino Suarez? No. Is it Cedric Suarez? No, it's not Suarez. What is it?
No, hang on.
Lino.
It's Luno, I think. I'll have a quick look.
I like that kid. Tariq told me about him, and then I looked into it more, and then lately they've been talking high things about him.
Yeah, he's done well. And obviously, I like Berev. Where is he? He can come up in here.
Is it Suarez?
Oh, where is he?
And then what's the other one you guys like? Brooks Norton or something? He's a right back, right wing.
Oh, the Norton Coffey.
Norton Coffey. Brooks Norton. What am I talking about?
Yeah, he was at Lincoln last year. He did really well at Lincoln.
They have good praise for him. They want to get him in our what do you call it? B team, under 23 team.
Yeah, the under 20, the Premier League 2. Yeah. What's his name now?
I'll send our link out again.
Oh, there you go. Leno de Cruz Souza.
Souza, not Suarez. Souza.
Yeah, Souza.
I like a future for him.
Yeah, well, he's only 16, 17. So, yeah, he's got a possibility. But there was talk today of Ben Foster out of nowhere.
I don't know why. Like, trust me, Turner is good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Does he want 3 goalkeepers?
Do you want just that extra protection? Are they going to maybe sell on Conquo or loan him out? Probably. Hey.
Well, I'm wondering if we're going to sell Hein, who was on loan at Wigan last
we're
year.
Probably signing. We don't still have that Iceland guy, do we?
Is that Hein?
No, he's Estonia. We don't have that.
Runnison. Yeah, you're on about Runnison, aren't you?
He's back to us, or we've officially sold him yet?
No, we haven't sold him. He came back to us, didn't he? Oh, there's Monzi. Hello, Monzi.
Man, is anything cooking?
Well, he's having a bad day because Ferrari is starting the back of the grid on tomorrow, so he's having a bad day.
Ferrari guy.
Well, Leclerc is. Yeah, he's starting at the back of the grid, so he's not going to be happy.
So your guys is back. You're, what's his name? Your British guy, he's back. Hamilton.
Well,
He's not back.
um,
Like
no,
he's
there's
racing in the Canadian tomorrow, right?
oh yeah, he's racing. Yeah, but the car's just not good. There's just nothing nice to say about the car.
And who's his teammate? Isn't his teammate British too, or no?
Yeah, George Russell.
He's pretty good. Don't talk about Ferrari. Ferrari used to be unstoppable. Now they can't get it right.
Yeah, they're just having engine issues pretty badly at the moment. But yeah, I'll be on his show on Monday talking about F1. So yeah.
What are your thoughts? So we've talked about Lissandro. What is actually the Rafinha numbers like? They're saying we're very interested, but what is it like? Like 40 million, 45 million?
Well, they're saying 40 million euros, aren't they? Which is about what 34
Well,
million.
not that much.
Well,
I
that's
would
what
take
I'm
that
thinking.
in a second, but I don't think Leeds.
But
Like
I'm guessing
they were hoping 45, 50, I think.
I'm guessing we have to get rid of Pepe for that to happen.
I wonder what's going on in those talks.
Feel
Red
sorry
Bull?
for Bonzi tomorrow. Yeah, his son is a Red Bull fan, and he's got to do a watch long.
I would never cheer for them because I think that drink has been a scourge on society. Red Bull.
I'll try and watch you tomorrow, Monzi, if I can. But it's Father's Day here, so
yeah, tonight. Yeah, no, yeah. I said Father's Day last weekend. It is this weekend. I was always a week ahead because they always start advertising everything.
When you said it to me, I was like, "Oh yeah, fake," because I actually thought it was.
And you're like, "Oh, it must be Canada."
It was my son's birthday last weekend. That's what I was, because there's something every weekend for the next 2 weeks. So yeah,
You're like, "Oh,
you said it to me, I was like, yeah,
different weeks."
Yeah, I was convinced it was as
well.
well.
Yeah, we had a thing because it was my niece's birthday today, so we had a big barbecue last night and gave my dad Father's Day gifts. And man, it's and then he came and helped me take my bike in and fixing some stuff around the yard. I went and got a whole bunch of things to plant this weekend. But man, yeah, Father's Day. We're usually at the lake doing a fishing derby.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's all like super, like, man, there's people, this is all they do. Like they're sponsored by YouTube and like websites and like things that are promoting fishing products. Yeah.
I was sponsored by YouTube today.
Is that LA Galaxy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like
no, it's
these
LAFC.
fishing guys, they have boats, they have like these cameras, like literally you're watching the fish come in, take your, like we have cameras and ultra, we see things and we can see the blips and how many fish are down there and whatnot, what depth. But like theirs is like full on cameras in these fancy boats that are sponsoring fishing derby guys, and they go around and they win all these prizes, and oh, it's madness. And we're just like in our normal fish boat and trying to keep up to these professional fishermen.
Sounds good.
So Rafinha, you'd be on for 30-40 mil, but nothing high.
Oh, if he's that, yeah, nothing higher.
Yeah,
than
me
that.
too. That's my thought.
But I'm guessing we have to get rid of Pepe. That's the problem. He's trying to get rid of
Who's
Pepe.
going to take him back, Lil?
Well, exactly. The French clubs aren't exactly rolling in it, are they? That's the problem.
It'd be nice if PSG or Real Madrid said, "Hey, this guy used to be a 60-80 million player. Maybe let's buy him for."
I'll tell you something. Alexis Sanchez has been linked with Marseille today.
Yeah,
from Inter.
Because Marseille's not allowed to do much for real transfers, so they have to get free agents, don't they?
Yeah, and I think Alexis is a free
agent. He might be like Tolisso or something too, or is he actually gone anywhere? I was like, isn't that good for us? But then I looked at him, like he's kind of let himself go a little bit since he was playing.
He has a bit of an injury record.
Too many injuries.
Yeah. But
he doesn't look as good shape.
No, but if he came into the Arsenal setup, he would soon sort that out.
I don't want a Willian situation.
Yeah.
eating like me or something. So those are some of the guys that are on our definite target we've gone over.
Yeah.
I like the Rafinha rumors, but I don't know. Are we phasing out Emile Smith-Rowe? Like, I don't like that idea either. How's he get playing time if we're bringing in Vieira, Rafinha, even this Marquinhos is going to be a good winger. Maybe not the first year, but
Well, I reckon. See, that's where I'll struggle with Rafinha, because if Marquinhos comes it way easy,
what if we went to like a 3-4-1-2, and it's like you can throw Rafinha and Jesus on there up front together, and they're still going to do your kind of roles. You could throw Martinelli and Jesus together up top, and
See, I'm just wondering how much of this, because didn't they say that they had a plan in January? And for me, I don't think that this plan is going.
I think it changed when they realized they could get Jesus.
You reckon?
Everything changed, yeah. And we've had such a focus on that, but obviously there's always things we don't and the media don't know about, because suddenly there's Fabio Vieira, and
well, that's good.
all
I
of a
like
sudden
that.
it's Lissandro Martinez. I like too.
Yeah, I like the fact that we're keeping things stum, because it's not helping the fan base when we're linked with players that some people don't agree with.
Edu's had enough wins and enough things to learn from mistakes that he's starting to figure his role out a little better.
Yeah, I think the PR could have waited until we've signed someone properly. I know Marquinhos is a signing, but I think the giving Eddie the 14, giving him 100,000 before we've signed someone probably wasn't the best idea.
I want to give it to Ed here in a bit that they don't get all the Portuguese speakers.
Well, that's the thing. We've already got Gabriel, haven't we? Because Gabriel's going to speak Portuguese because he's from Brazil.
Yeah. So, and what's his name that I don't like? Cedric.
Yeah, Portuguese. Marquinhos is obviously
Vieira.
So
I wonder if Odegaard, he's a smart, bright lad. He learned Spanish quite quick.
Oh yeah, he probably.
I wonder if he knows Portuguese too a bit.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
Yeah, he's pretty smart lad.
Yeah.
And then so Isak, there's been nothing. Have you heard him being talked about by other clubs?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I've almost been searching for it. I'm like, is Sociedad doing anything for him?
That's what I'm wondering, actually, because what's his market value now? His market value is 27.
Oh yeah, I'll wait till you look. So we're both on board that either Hickey or Zinchenko are great fits for us.
Yeah, definitely.
What about my boy Gakpo? I saw him have kind of a no performance once with Holland, and then his last game, he played great. Against Wales, he played really good.
See, I think because we're being linked with Rafinha, I think Gakpo's out there. Yeah. I just can't see.
I think he's happy staying another year and banking on himself getting in the World Cup team.
Because if we went for Gakpo and Rafinha, then I'd worry about Smith Rowe. Then I would really seriously worry about him.
Jonathan David, even Eddie Nketiah are great signings, because these guys might go off in the World Cup. Even Torreira, like we talked about.
Yeah.
And January is going to be not a similar January window as ever we've seen before. We agree on that too, isn't it? Because of the World Cup, because of the pandemic, because Italy's starting to get their money back. La Liga, they're getting deals, they're getting better TV now. And I think January could be a lot of movement for once.
I think it's going to be
like some big money. Because now the strikers, there's big things happening now, but I think after a World Cup, oh my goodness.
Yeah, because what normally happens with the smaller countries, and I don't want to sound rude towards Canada, but the smaller
this is
countries,
our chance to showcase. It's the players, African team. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful to the smaller teams, but that's pretty much what.
No, you're 100% dead on.
All the big clubs are just looking at these smaller countries and going, "Wow!"
They suddenly pay a lot more attention. They're like, "Hey, let's look at his videos this last couple of years."
Well, exactly. It's a lot cheaper than sending scouts.
Spotlight. Yeah,
so when they could just go to the World Cup, watch them constantly,
and then they do their due diligence. They do their due diligence after that, but they get World Cups just so much hype. It's like, look at this guy. He's taking on, these Premier League guys. He's taking on these La Ligas and he's owning them. Like, some African guy or some Canadian guy or Costa Rican, and all of a sudden they're worth big money. Like, remember Keylor Navas? Costa Rica. All of a sudden he's a huge money deal to Real Madrid. It was like, wow.
Exactly, and that was the World Cup that showcased his talents. Because even I thought, wow, what a goalkeeper that guy is.
You mean when Costa Rica did better than England in their group?
Are you trying to banter someone that doesn't like England? Because you're not going to do very well against me.
Man, I grew up cheering for England, man. My grandma, that's what we did. We hated Germany.
I was cheering on the England women on Thursday because I was happy to go and support the England women. I'm very happy about them.
Yeah,
England men, not so much.
I was watching Rich's show. I didn't know he was trying to maybe get you guys to show the game.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do that because, trust me,
man, you can. I think it's these Americans do it over here.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are.
Like, show if you're at a game, you can. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
This guy was doing a baseball game. I was looking for Blue Jays and Seattle Mariners last year.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I click on this thing and the guy's at the Seattle Mariners stadium and he's like showing himself that he's showing the game. And I was like, wow, you can do that.
It's one way of doing it, isn't it? Let's be honest. You'd be a very popular person on YouTube, that's for certain.
It was funny, man, because he was kind of doing it and taking it off, on and off, and then taking breaks.
Maybe that's the way you have to do it.
You can't show a whole thing.
Yeah, constantly show it. Maybe that. Yeah, but the game was good. It was England women were very, very good.
Yeah, I don't think Belgium's that good at women.
The real test is Friday against Netherlands. That's the real test.
And see, Belgium, our Canadian women, they should be over there giving some exhibition games. But it's just such high cost, and we don't have a contract in place that I think our women are busy. Yeah, they're playing some exhibitions somewhere. But we have under 20 CONCACAF things happening. There's one tonight. Okay. I was just saying, I got that Riders game and the NHL game, but there's also under 20. We're playing Cuba. We're in a group with Cuba, USA. That's going to be interesting. And St. Kitts and Nevis. They're going to be in trouble.
Wow. That's mad.
Under 20 men's CONCACAF. So, yeah, we got to them. I've asked you about David a bit, Gakpo, Zinchenko. Oh, yeah, I'd mentioned Tolisso, but what have you thought about him in the past? And I mean,
I liked him.
He's been at Bayern Munich. He's not shit. Like, he's played for France.
Exactly. I when I did my Arsenal fantasy window, that was someone I signed just because he's free. He's someone that adds squad.
I remember I wanted that Frank Kessie a lot because Tottenham did.
There's nothing wrong with just getting a freebie.
So his salary must be high. So is that kind of like ours with Uba and some of the guys that were still on a year, and you basically, as Bayern Munich, had to buy out his contract? Or no, he's up, his year up, but if you went to buy him, you'd have to honor his salary, or what?
He's out of contract.
Or you'd make a whole new personal deal salary.
Yeah, I think he can do what he wants at the end of this month.
So I kind of like that.
All the contracts are officially up at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's his name? The guy I was talking about on TGT with someone. He's a big Reading fan. I'm like, oh, is your best player on your team, your most talented player, Junior Hoylett, gonna stay? He's like, hey, he's not our best player.
Yeah, that's David, isn't it? Dave. Oh, is it Daniel? David?
Daniel something.
Yeah. His Tolisso's contract's literally up at the end of this month.
That'd be a nice backup. You don't like that word, but
well, you know what? He doesn't turn 28 till August.
Yeah, he was on the French national team and starting for a year there.
Yep, he's had 28 caps, 2 goals for France.
Like he was a starter for a whole year.
What's he done at Bayern?
He's barely played at Bayern Munich, to be honest.
He's played 15 games this year, 2 goals, 1 assist.
A lot of subs, though.
Yeah, 24% time was starting 11, so he's not done much.
That's been like that for 2 years for him. And then you don't get on the French national team anymore, and clowns like Guendouzi get in.
Well, yeah, that guy has just gone down and down.
What is it? We've got 9 million for him? That's done?
Yep.
What about there was news on Pablo Marie here, Bobby.
Yep, he's supposedly going to Italy. I think we're haggling with the price, though.
I heard AC Milan were going to step in, and now Udinese are finally starting to agree to pay.
Yeah, I guarantee he'll go to Italy at
He
some
did
point.
really good. I watched a couple.
Yeah,
He scored a couple goals.
Some players just don't suit.
He's
the
a
Premier
La
League.
Liga Serie A guy. Yeah.
You know,
Same with
that's
Torreira,
fine.
maybe.
You know, it's a very different way of playing here than it is in Italy.
Yeah. You get into the December, January, and you start figuring out who's the real players here.
Exactly. So I have no problems with Pablo Mari leaving.
I thought he's a good player, but and then with Arteta's system slightly changing, he was just not going to play.
Yeah.
With
And
Gabriel.
he obviously got cooked against Lukaku, didn't he? And that was
he got home.
And that was the only game that Lukaku looked good. So
I know. I was like, Jesus, if Lukaku plays like this, he's scoring 30 goals. And then
exactly.
he did that too, and then it didn't happen again.
Yeah. It was literally just Pablo Mari that made him look good this season. That was literally it.
Well, and Tony bossed us too. It was like, man, RD is not ready at all. And then
you know what?
all of a sudden we had Gabriel and Ben White going, and we were fantastic.
I've not heard Tony's name being mentioned once this summer.
Yeah, it's really stopped, hasn't it? What about DCL?
Not to any club.
Stopped. So they must be going to sell Rafinha, or no, not Rafinha, Richarlison, and keep DCL, right?
Well, I was asking Matt this, and that's what he pretty much
I tried
said,
to get him too to answer.
Yeah, because I think they're getting Dennis.
Yeah, I like that for them.
So they'll be making 30 million profit on that. So
look, they could literally go DCL, Top, Gray, and Dennis, and man, that's a dangerous, speedy forwards to supply DCL.
Yeah,
and
for a decent
Richarlison, they get the money they need. Yeah. And Gordon's coming along nice.
I like him.
Yeah,
I really like him.
I've always liked Gray. People talk bad about him, but he's a talent. See that goal he got on us?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I think he's a very good player. How they managed to only pay $2 million for that kid is beyond me.
Oh, Jamaica have a hard on to get him too.
Yeah, but but next season is going to be a very crazy season.
Yeah, Jamaica keep wanting these forwards, but it's like, man, you have forwards. You need some defenders and a center mid from England.
Yeah,
Jamaica.
Yeah,
they tied in a quite rainy game like Canada had in Honduras. They tied
really
Mexico the other day.
Really,
Jamaica, yeah. Andre Blake is a fantastic goalie. He's
Who did he play for?
In MLS, he's on Philly, but he's Jamaican. Every time he plays for Jamaica, it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And he's like MLS All-Star almost every year.
Really?
Yeah. It was him and Turner last year.
Why has no British team ever gone for get him then?
I know. It amazes me. All the Jamaicans always ask that. I'm like, he's fantastic.
Because we've obviously signed Turner, but City signed Stefan.
I think he's as good with his feet. I think that's scary. And that's the same with Turner. But last week, Bobby, I went on an ESPN, that K Golasso, those guys, they do MLS, they do U.S. national team talk all the time.
Yeah.
And they saw Ramsdale. They were laughing at Ramsdale because of the Hungary game, how bad he was and closing his eyes and getting – they're like, oh, this is awesome for Turner. He's going to take the number one spot in Arsenal. And then I have Arsenal British people, on the other hand, telling me, is this Turner any good? He's crap. Like, why are we even getting him? I'm like, man, he's one of the best shot stoppers and aggressive, like at catching I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I mean, Canada kind of made him look bad, but I've seen him play for US and be absolutely amazing too.
Yeah. Because,
and he was keeper of the year for New England a couple years. And he came out of nowhere. He's like a late bloomer, and he's just into his prime as a goalie, and he needs our coaching, man. That's the thing. He needs to be around Ramsdale and a good goalkeeper coach and get his footwork stuff right.
Well, it's the goalkeeper coach that wanted him, isn't it? So
yeah, but he's a fantastic shot stopper and great with his hands.
Well, that's good, but it does worry me about his feet, because playing with his feet is the biggest part of our game, isn't it?
Oh no, I think he said feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Leno wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, well, that's why we haven't even
What,
played him.
what
Really.
made me mad about Leno is he was a weakling when it came to crosses, and
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you German, buddy?
Well,
You're so weak. And that throw in that where we got scored on Brentford, that was it for me. I'm like, this guy is weak. Like he got pushed around. Either you hit the guy and be charged where they foul you and the ref calls it, but he did nothing. He just allowed himself to get pushed right out of the play.
Yeah, well, he should be going in this one now.
So is it a German club or Fulham?
Well, yeah, the last I heard it was Fulham. So I don't know what's taking.
I heard
so
there's
long
a
in some
couple
of these
German
signings.
teams in. I think there's a
Yeah, it
couple
wouldn't shock
German
me.
teams in, but they're trying to get it lowball it.
To be honest, I'd take my 8 million and go, thank you very much.
Really?
See you later.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
going to be close to 20 million Fulham.
He's only got 1 year left though.
I thought I heard like in the teens, like almost getting to 20 million, but maybe
No,
it was euros. Maybe it was euros.
It might have been, it might have been previous, but not now.
Might have been euros too.
I'll have a look, see how much he's worth.
But I just thought I heard Fulham was stepping up the offer and went above what the German teams were offering.
Well, his market value is 8.1 million, so yeah, 8 million is fine for me.
Really?
Isn't it?
I thought we'd maybe get 15, 20 for him.
You'd think so, but no.
What would we get for Pablo Mari and what was the other one? Pepe.
Well, I'd want 25 million for Pepe.
And Pablo Mari might get up to 12, 13, 15.
Yeah, so that's nearly 40 million there.
And then I'm like you said, I'm hanging on to Torreira. This is bullshit what Fiorentina and teams are doing.
Yeah. As long as
he knows he's on Uruguay. He's not one of those where he needs to be playing to make the national team. They know what he is. So he's not going to be crying out, cancel my contract. I need to go somewhere and play.
Yeah.
I think we can force him to be back, and we just need to get the nicety talk going with his agents.
Well, even if we have to do what they've done with Ronaldo, let him go back to Portugal for the weekend, bring him back, train him, play him, send him back to Portugal.
And it
helps.
It's been well over a year, 2 years now since all the deaths in the family, and
it's less than 2 hours on a plane. I'm sure Kroenke's got a private plane he can use. Doesn't have to go through Heathrow.
And like you said, I loved him. I called him the Uruguayan pitbull, man, because he wins loose balls like no other. Like he gobbles them up. He's like Conte, really, N'Golo Conte.
Yeah,
he's a great passer, but he doesn't try to be magic, and he just gets the loose balls.
It's because we were trying to play him as like a CAM, wasn't we? We were trying to play him as an attacking midfielder.
He's a sit-back guy, and that's what we need, actually.
Yeah, exactly. You imagine him next to Partey.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think
that would be crazy.
I think it's fantastic, and he wants to go to Atletico Madrid, and that's where Partey was too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Morikawa is lead. Oh, they haven't even teed off yet.
No, you got the goal.
Fitzpatrick, the English guy. I thought he might win this one. He's in the hunt anyway. And then, so have I got through all of them? What do you think? I've been trying, because I always argue with Tariq on this, but I brought up the 3-back system.
Yeah.
And you're kind of with me that it just works for some of the big teams. You match up on the big teams better.
I'm not one of these that my team is 4-2-3-1 or whatever. I don't want to be
I was a player and a coach. I hated 3-back system. But when your personnel is crying out for it and your matchups, you got to do it. You got to train it in first. But you think about it, if we had Gabriel or Lissandro Martinez left center back, Gabriel or Ben White in the center, Saliba right center back, Takahiro Tomiyasu can fill in any of those spots. He can play on a wing back. He's not the greatest crosser, but he'd get a job done if he had to man mark a super good winger. It would be awesome to have that option. Otherwise, you can go Saka and Tierney on the wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if we get Hickey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, exactly.
He could go either side.
People forget that Saka can play left wing back.
And then when I was watching the Scotland game with Ukraine, did you notice that too? The announcers a lot of time were talking, oh, Hickey's playing on his offside, on his off wing. But I was like, yeah, he's struggling on D, but they're asking a bit much of him. But when he was getting forward, man, on the right side, they're saying it was his off wing. I was like, he's crossing. He's got a great pass, great vision, great touch.
And he's
fast.
very young. He's very young. He's still.
Oh yeah, I like the Scottish guy, even though he played for Hearts.
He hasn't played there for a couple of years now, so we're all right.
Christopher Fogg and me, hey, the Toronto. He writes for Toronto FC, but he's a Gooner, and I don't know. He's always in and out because he hates Arteta.
Oh right, okay.
One of those guys you can't convince, and he just hates our style now. And he's like, "Oh, Scottish League's more exciting," and he's always giving it to me that Hearts were beating Hibs, and I'm like, "Come on, man!" Like, it's like next year we'll be better, and I'll be giving it to you. Like, it's close, Hearts and Hibs.
Well, Hibs have got a new manager now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're making some good signings.
Yeah, because
we signed Marshall, the keeper. We signed this African guy that King knew.
Yeah.
I'm happy Hibs are going the right way, it sounds like.
Yeah, because I think I'm going to be doing watch-longs to pretty much most games I watch next year.
We don't get Premier. So he buys, Chris Fung, he buys right into like Hearts TV. Like, I'm like, we used to get Premier League games like one a week. We don't get nothing now. Scottish.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like, you guys get one a week or something, don't you?
We get loads. Yeah.
Loads. Yeah, because when I lived over there, I was like, oh, you guys get a fair amount of games. And they'd always the Scottish guys wouldn't even want to watch their own league. They'd watch Premier League always. And Champions League.
Well, it's Sky and BT that are pretty much financing the SPFL now, really. Because they pump loads of money.
If I get that thing Bobby's talking about, I would be able to get that then.
I'm assuming so. I don't know what
because the British feeds he gets a lot of the Sky stuff, so I can see more Scottish League then.
You might actually be in time with us.
Yeah.
you may not.
I gotta look into this. I know a Nigerian guy here that does them and has buddies that help you out, get them sorted. But I think I'm gonna go ask and inquire and get one, and then ask Bobby about it.
Yeah,
a little bit more. Ask him a few questions and do it. Because cable is crazy, man. But I'm always worried that I'll lose out on like hockey and CFL, like the local TSN and Sportsnet stuff. And
exactly.
But no, you can get that on those sticks too. It sounds like so.
I just do everything through my Skybox, so I don't know.
Or even if I go to total basic cable, I'll still get a couple of those channels. Yeah. And then the Canada is all on this separate app now. So it's like, man, everything's got their own compartmentalized. And now Premier League is not going to be DAZN next year. So it's a whole new thing, Bobby. Fubo TV bought it. They have Serie A and Premier League.
Okay.
For Canada.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It just keeps chopping and changing. Yet I got to keep DAZN because it's got Champions League, Europa, so the Nations League and
that's mad.
Belgian. What else? I got a few others. But yeah, and then our regular sports has La Liga on TSN, and Bundesliga is on Sportsnet.
Yeah,
it's wild though. Everything's in their compartmentals or apps, BN Sports or Fubo. This thing.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep an eye out for what friendlies they start showing.
But I think if I get that stick, I would have choice between the British feeds, the American feeds, which I don't get because the Canadian ones just take over.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of interesting. So you're happy with Eddie? We talked about Marquinhos. Did you look into him much?
I'm excited by him. He's only young, so I'm not expecting much. We didn't pay much again. So
I read and looked into him a bit more.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Edu's making a deal with Sao Paulo too.
Possibly.
Maybe that was a little sweetener to get the whole Wolves thing and everything to go away.
I just don't want it to be something that helps Edu not get sacked if we need to sack him.
And what if he's sacked and now we have some kind of deal with Sao Paulo? And
do you know what I mean?
The guy that made the connection?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want it to be something that Edu can take away from us. It needs to be something with Arsenal. But
that's what it sounded like they wanted to do is like Arsenal, Sao Paulo have some sort of relationship. And
Well, we don't have a.
they've been a famous club. They own that whole, like, they're not on the coast like Rio de Janeiro. They're the club in like Sao Paulo or Brasilia or whatever that region is, and they own that region. Like, they get all the best players.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not like Rio de Janeiro teams where they're all fighting for the same young superstars.
Yeah, because the thing with Arsenal, we never have a link up with a team, do we? We don't have. Well, I think we used to. We used to send.
No, go ahead.
No, we used to have some club in Europe, didn't we? That we used to send some of our kids out.
Wenger just knew all the French schools because he ran most of them.
Yeah.
So he knew who to contact and who to get, and had all his ears everywhere.
Yeah.
But there was always one thing with Belgium, we were going to get something. And
yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, because we used to send a lot of our youngsters.
Mechelen or Man U had a team too.
Yeah, I think Man United and Mechelen.
I think was it ours going to be Royal Antwerp or something? Isn't that where Overmars and
Overmars is there now.
Van Bommel went?
Yeah.
Is Antwerp?
But what's happening with
I started watching Belgian League because it's on DAZN.
Oh, okay.
And Tajon Buchanan, there's a few Canadians in there. Man, there is so much young talent in that Belgian League. It's incredible. Every team has like 3-4 young starlets, like whether they're African or Belgian or French or Dutch.
There's
or
one
whatever.
for Club Bruges that I really like.
He's Charles de Ketelaere, that tall young striker.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
he seems like an Arsenal target to me. No,
yeah, and he's only like 19. He's
just turned 20, I think, and he's tall, but he's so. I don't know how you say it, like how you thought, oh, Crouch, he's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
But he's not. Like, he's got a great touch, and that's kind of how he is. You always think, God, this skinny kid, he's gonna get mowed down, but he doesn't get caught with the ball. He doesn't lose it. He makes the right touch and pass, and
he's very good.
Oh, and Tajon was ripping it up. They were singing songs about him because he only came halfway through after New England was, finally completely done.
Yeah.
And he came over, and man, the fans just love Buchanan. They were singing songs about him by the end of the season. Oh.
But yeah, it's just mad.
So any other things you heard that I didn't hear or cover, or?
No, I think that's us done for this week. Because are you going to be up for doing it again next weekend?
Yeah, we should make it a weekend wrap up. What happened, what changed, who we actually signed. And eventually, as other teams have made some signings, you talk about it. Yeah,
because what I'll do, I'll send it. I'll send the thumbnail to you, so then you
can. That guy usually rips us a lot. The guy was, what is it, Football Terrence or Football Terrace?
Yeah, he's a Man United fan.
What is this about Gabriel?
Oh, being linked with. Who is it now?
It
was Juventus. Yeah, he's been linked. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Was it Juventus too?
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain is the latest link.
They're saying he's being ungrateful. That's all the tweet I'm seeing.
That's about Nketiah.
Oh, it's not about Gabriel.
Gabriel tweeted about fans having a bit of a moan about the full team shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's just one of those things, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much else. The weekends kind of are behind the scenes talks, aren't they?
Yeah. See, I'm going to send you the thumbnail, so then for next weekend you can put it on your channel.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do that one tonight.
There you go. I've sent it to you now.
I'll do mine. We can combine them like we do too.
Yeah. Well, I've just sent you the thumbnail anyway, so you've got the thumbnail for this show. See, that'll be easier.
Because, we could do it either way, the way we did it before. Oh, man, it's over 30 degrees now.
Oh, look at you.
We're going to go bike riding.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
So if they said 200 mil, so what, what did you say Vieira's final thing was?
It will be 34 million in total.
Pounds?
Yeah.
32, 33, 34. Okay. So we're at like 35. If we sign Jesus, say 45. That's 70, 80. Say Tielemans is 30. That's 110. Sandro Martinez, what was it about? 30 million euro,
Yeah,
35 million euros. What is that?
Yeah, let's say 30. Let's just say 30. Let's just say 30 million.
That's like 25 million pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're at 135. Man, we could still go after
I think
Zinchenko
there's
or Rafinha or Hickey.
Yep. I think there's some secret
Oh, I want
signings happening.
Gakpo though. Why?
Yeah, but if okay, boss, here we go. Right, if we have to be able to play Smith Rowe and Martinelli, so we could only sign either Gakpo or Rafinha. We couldn't sign both.
With this Vieira, he's flexible enough to cover people at just about any spot, midfield and wing.
Yeah, so we could
and
only
even
sign
Odegaard
Gakpo.
played on the right wing sometimes. Just
but I think we'd want to keep Odegaard
to get the matchup right.
Yeah.
But ESR, what do you think? Tariq's saying he only likes him on that left side now. I'm like, man, he can play. I think we could almost as he fills in a little bit, and he looks like he is when I saw him on England the other day. He's starting to get a little bigger.
I think
he could end up being a midfielder someday.
Well, that's what he was first at the first place.
That's what he kind of came up young as, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't to
and
left
then it's
wing.
like, okay, you're going to be our attacking guy. Okay, you're going to be on the wing in our system. But if we went to a 4-3-3, could he not be a left center mid just like Zinchenko or Xhaka?
Yeah, there's many options. I would absolutely. I'd be more furious of us selling Smith Rowe than I would be Saka, because I like Smith Rowe. I think there's something more about Smith Rowe.
Well, that was my thing at the start of the year that I look back on and saying I can't be that disappointed because we have become a unit. That was my number one, a family that we have standards.
Yeah,
and Arteta's shown that with cojones. Getting rid of Oma. Like, how hard do you have to make that decision? Like,
that's.
I can't wait to see that on the what do you call it? All or nothing.
Yes, starts the 2nd of August. Yeah,
because that is just tough stuff, and I want to see how Arteta came to that conclusion. You know.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about doing a watch along on this.
And that's what I was asking because the Gooners Pot guys were talking about it, and I kept asking them in the chat, and they didn't answer that question. It was, are we going to get it? Like, because we still don't have the Arsene Wenger doc in North America. Like Amazon does weird things, man. It's different UK as opposed to North America. So I'm like, are we going to get the all or nothing at the same time? But that's not Prime, is it? Isn't that Netflix?
No, this is Amazon Prime.
It's Amazon as well.
Yeah,
because some of those all or nothings are on. Oh no, they are on Prime. Never mind, I'm mixing that up.
If you have a problem, obviously, me and you can have a chat anyway.
Yeah,
like I'll be watching it. So
I want to ask those Dolphins guys how they show things of other shows, like clips of like things, and then they discuss it and stop and start.
Well, yeah, that's
So what do you do? Is that because I saw you have some copyright things and stuff now you're putting down. But now that you're big enough, aren't you allowed to like show clips of like interviews and TV shows and stuff? Or is that a British thing that you can't? Because American guys are doing it all the time, man.
Because I do this literally all by myself, you know, I don't get any help from anybody else.
Well, I'm going to ask these guys a little more. Yeah, and I sent you a YouTube of a Dolphins fan that's a huge Dolphins fan. He's like a Man U. It's Finn's no. Oh, anyway, he's on my.
Oh yeah. I remember now you're on about
Kadeem something.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's a Man U fan, but man, he Go Time Dolphins. Go Time Dolphins.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude, Kadeem. I've talked to him because he comes on the American Dolphins.
Yeah.
Finn's channel sometimes, and then I've watched his a couple of times. He's really good job. But he's been doing this a long time, and I'm like, man, he does that too, like the Americans, where he's showing clips of things and talking about them and showing practice. And
I don't know how you do some of this stuff.
And then I've had the American guy say he does things so that it makes it okay and you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, because I want to do reaction videos to something mental health wise, not football or
Well,
sports.
let's both
related
try to
things.
find out more about that on how
Yeah,
is it
because
like you got to have a copyright display or it's how you package the video and put it on, I think is what a lot of it is.
Yeah, because all the music that I have can't be done for copyright because it's from YouTube itself, so it can't be done.
He's
But-
taken it from like NFL Network or Dolphins practice where
Yeah, see,
Dolphins
that's-
release it into the media
Yeah,
and he's
I don't
showing
know.
clips and stuff.
I'd love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to do something
it's
like
very interesting because then we're having a discussion like this on players and things, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "Oh, here's an interview of him. Pew, pew, show it. Oh, what do you think?" And then he'll have like some analysts from another channel, NFL Network or ESPN or something, and they'll put it on what they're talking about Dolphins at that time, and then they'll laugh about it or rip the guy or make fun of them, and then play something else. It's
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to be able to do some of that stuff because it
But
would be
look
so
at the
much.
Western Hemisphere players we are getting, Bobby.
Mm.
They do. Marquinhos, Brazil. Jesus, Brazil. Lissandro Martinez, Rafinha, maybe.
Yeah.
But you can't just go all one or the other. Hey, like
I'm glad you said it because I was about to say that.
Different tournaments with AFCON, you can't have.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, let's sign 5 African players.
Yeah, exactly.
Because isn't next year Rich and Roland were telling me that after World Cup, then the transfer window, they're going to have an AFCON like in the spring or something next year.
Are they?
It's going to be crazy hot, rainy. I don't know how they're going to do it.
That's
and yet
serious.
It's going to affect everything. Yeah, because this AFCON last one was a makeup, from year or two before. So there's about to be another one in like Ghana or something.
Yes, you're right. What the heck?
Like, what a crazy year we're about to have.
Oh my word.
Our Gold Cup will be coming up in July too, I think.
Yeah, that's
Is that
July,
August?
so that's not too bad, is it? But to have that again.
There's a lot of teams coming over here, hey? I got the list the other day.
Yeah.
Like Everton's going on. There's, La Liga teams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of British teams coming over.
I guarantee if Everton got relegated last season, that would have had to
That would have been done.
That would have had to.
They're playing us in Baltimore. I was gonna meet what is that one guy on TGT? Some bloke.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Baltimore guy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just mad.
But I don't know. I don't want to go to the States. I'm just gonna save to come to England.
You reckon?
It'll be nice out.
Yeah.
In August with you guys, won't it? Usually is.
You never know. You never know in England.
That was when I lived in Edinburgh. That was the busiest month because they had that huge Edinburgh festival.
Yeah.
Month long in August, and it was usually pretty nice. Oh.
Yeah, but you're Canadian, so you're used to.
Their nice was like 20 degrees. I was like, this isn't hot. Come on, like. There'd be Scottish guys with hair like you, ginger and white. They'd be dying, and it would be me and some Nigerians and some Spanish guys just like, come on, it's only 23 degrees. Let's enjoy this.
Yeah, it's like I was at the obviously the football the other night, and I was just sweating. It was just so hot.
Oh,
it was
right now it's so humid. I'm gonna go out there and just be.
Yeah. But we better wrap this up because we've been going for nearly an hour and 40.
Good. I'm sure some of our buddies will check it out after or in the morning over there. And
hopefully,
whatnot. But thanks, Bobby, for making it. And
next week
make
it'll
it
be
a
on
regular
yours.
summer thing just to catch up on all the news and
whatnot. Exactly. But we'll set it up on yours for next week, and we'll do it on your channel.
into July exhibition games and seeing some of our new players play, and
well, hopefully we'll have a new signing by next weekend. So
but like into July when there's exhibition games going on, and it's a lot more to talk about,
I'm hoping that I get to watch the Arsenal Nuremberg on TV. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get it, but we'll get the when they're over here playing in Baltimore and Orlando, and we'll see those. Will you be able to see that? Or you'll find a way to see it?
I'm hoping because I wouldn't mind doing a watch along if I can.
Well, it's just interesting to see your new signings, how the managers
Well,
start
exactly,
to fit them
because
in and where, and yeah.
Matt will be here by then as well. Because Matt can't officially join us till the 1st of July, can he? So
Matt?
Turner,
Oh, Matt Turner.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
So,
pumped for that.
so that'll be a week
He
later.
said his wife's been over there already setting up.
Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
no. He's probably over here now.
He's really
but
keen. Yeah, he's probably
Yeah.
meeting with the goalkeeper
but he
coach
just
already.
can't officially sign for us until the 1st of July.
So he said soon as he's allowed to, yeah, that's what he said. His wife's over there now for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
June 30th, he's immediately flying.
Yeah.
And New England hasn't been playing him because he will be gone. So
Yeah. That's fair enough, though, isn't it? They need to prepare about him, really.
they play him here. It's like once and then they don't. And US has been trying out different guys.
Yeah.
There's a Sean Johnson that's a super good goalie too.
Oh, I've heard about him for years. I think at some point he was at Chicago, wasn't he?
He's had a real good season.
But he's been around
There's
for
so
years,
many good keepers over here. Our second keeper
I have noticed that.
is on LA.
Yeah.
Maxime Crepeau. Oh, he's a
Yeah.
fantastic keeper.
It's a shame they can't do the rest of the team.
And then our third string has been getting goalkeeper of the week like or the month or something. Dane St. Clair. He's on Minnesota United.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other team. Is it Man U or Everton are playing Minnesota? I was like, that's not too far from me. I could maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's Man U, or is it Everton? I think maybe it's Everton. Yeah, it is Everton. Is playing
Surely
Minnesota.
you wouldn't go and watch Man United play, surely.
Minnesota United. Okay, well, you have a great evening. I'll have a good afternoon. Hopefully we learn a bit more tomorrow and the next day. But I think, like you're saying, that Monday means Vieira's done and Jesus should be down to the final offer and sign or don't sign type of thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
His agent's playing us. He's playing us.
Probably. That's football, though, isn't it?
Real Madrid. Bullshit.
But we'll speak
I
to you next week.
I wonder how much of that goes on, like calling out bullshit or not. Like, you don't want to screw the relationship, yet you want to say something, you know? It'd be awesome to be a fly in the wall someday.
Yeah, it would be.
Agents talking to Adu or vice versa, you know? But yeah, hopefully we get some outs in the next week.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Outs. Yeah.
Because I think that spurs on Adu and the owner saying, yeah, go get that done, you know?
Yeah.
Boom. I think he's pretty happy. If he wins Stanley Cup, game 2 tonight, if he wins the Stanley Cup after he's won an NFL title, oh my goodness. He'll be like, okay, how do we win our
Okay. Quick question before we go.
Yeah.
How much does he win if he gets the Stanley Cup? Is it like mega lows like the Rams?
No, it's just massive. Like everyone, the owner, you get big rings, you know, like NFL, and the Stanley Cup's the biggest, hugest, most historic trophy in all of North America. Like it's been the same trophy. They just keep adding on rings, eh? Because every person gets their name sketched into the trophy. It's the one trophy that's like that. Like everyone on the team, like ones that aren't even playing, and the manager and assistant manager, you know.
Wow, that's cool.
So you're on there for your life if you win a Stanley Cup. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing. But yeah, no, I think there's some money, but it's not like winning the Champions League or anything like that. But NFL, yeah, he must have got a kick-ass money winning the Super Bowl plus hosting it in his stadium.
Would he focus in on Arsenal then?
I think no, he realized they were messing up so much over the couple of years of taking over and then this Super League thing that they're just realizing we're getting the culture all wrong here.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to go with the Glazers where everyone's hating us and we're screwing it over. So he's made the thing like Magic Mike says, he's not taking money out. Like he's not. Yeah. Any money we make, we're reinvesting, and he's given some, but not lots out of his own. But I just think winning and happiness and starting to win titles on these other teams, it's like, okay, how do I get Arsenal? Like we need a trophy. We need, you know, this and that. And so that's why I think they're screwing up. That's why he's like, Josh, you're going to live in London. Like we need our ears and and toes on the floor there and know what's going on a lot better.
Yeah.
So, but he's the guy, like I said, his model is get experts, get young, hungry coaches and managers in place and let them do it and just support them and ask them, stay on it and ask questions. And what do you need? What do you need? What are we heading? What's our 1 year? What's our 3 year? What's our 5 year plan?
Yeah.
So that's why to us over here, this Arteta out thing is ridiculous because what's the owner saying? Hey, we got a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10-year plan. It's like the guy is staying. Like,
yeah, but I do see. I do think if the plan's not going to be going according to plan this year, he does have to go.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
if we don't,
do you know what I mean? I don't want us to go.
you got to
this is the
agree.
plan,
He's
so we
making
start with
some
him.
of these good. He's making some of these good young players better.
Yeah,
Not
probably.
just their natural development, but I think he's
Yeah.
taken them to another level. Like,
I think
not
for
so
this
much
season,
like back in ESCR are the highlight ones, but look at just he gets those signings in, and they're looking like superstars right away.
I think this season he has to minimum get fifth. He can't get sixth because that's not progress. That's a drop.
Yeah, like we got to be gunning for fourth, and we got to be gunning to
Yeah.
win Europa. And I think that's the biggest thing is we weren't in Europa. I think it makes players hungry. I think it makes ownership hungry. I think it makes Arteta hungry for that Europe taste.
Yeah,
And it's going to be serious, our Europa adventure.
I
here.
hope so because if he has a bad,
Serious.
if he's let's say the end of December,
We're going to try out our new players in it.
Yeah,
in a new system in it at the beginning stages, but once we're through, because remember it changes too now, Bobby. That's huge. You win your group, you're into the 16, and then the Champions League guys come over and are playing, and you're waiting.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll try out things in the first part, but let's win the group because we need
exactly. The group's gonna have to be taken seriously now, isn't it? By these big
it's
teams.
a big
that don't take
advantage
it so
to
seriously.
get that to get yourself past all the Champions League coming in.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be mad.
And then that's when it's really serious down to the 16.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. When does that start?
The qualifying for the
Like
Champions
October?
League starts this week.
No, Europa, like our Europa thing. When
our Europa will be September. Yeah.
Like first matches?
Yeah, the first game will be first group. Well, it's either going to be the end of September or beginning of October. But that's
If
the
I
other
don't
part.
go World Cup, I almost want to go to away Europa.
That's a good point because there's always a group game in December. Always is. So they're going to have to cram those up.
Right. There's a couple more games in September now, maybe one in October.
Yeah.
And then January, it's going to have to really catch up.
Crikey, we're going to have to.
I think January is going to end up. If you're in Carabao, you're in FA Cup, you're in Euro. I think January might end up being a logjam, man.
Yeah.
Ed wants to see the gun show.
So that again, sorry.
Ed, I brought you up today, Ed. I said you don't get all the Portuguese speakers up in Wolfland. We've got Marquinhos, we got Vieira, we're getting Jesus. We're becoming the new Wolfville. Portuguese. The Portuguese will realize London's way better. Ed had a good one. Oh, did you watch any of that quiz? I'm like, you guys got to go to Bobby's quizzes because that's how I thought it kind of would be. I don't know if Ed's going to comment or what, but I thought it was going to be like all the members, like we're all getting. No. He's got too much hair, man. Too much hair.
No, crikey, Riley. He's trying to send all his club at the moment. He's trying to send every single.
We're becoming the new Portuguese hotbed. We need 3 Gabriels, a couple Portuguese.
So I'd have Neves. I'd have Neves from Wolves.
Oh, but they want 100 mil. They're crazy.
Yeah, of course they are.
But you guys need some more Spanish, Ed, Raul. But I was saying he did this quiz, and it was just for like his panel guys. And right away, I could tell JB was cheating because you could see him. He would be looking at a side
did you notice
face.
that as well?
Yeah, and
I
I
thought
left right
that.
away, and then all these other people were realizing it later on. But like you could see, he punched it in, and then he'd go back and like this, like he's thinking, and then he'd come up with the exact answer of what it was. I'm like, come on.
Is
There's
that what
no way
Ed's,
you know the exact cap numbers
is
and
that why he's
everything.
fuming about it?
Yeah,
Because
he was
I don't know why
mad.
he's fuming, because obviously I'm not in the DTF Discord. So
I think Ed and Bobby, you need to hook up for quizzes a little better and coordinate it, because
I'll see if
I
Ed
was thinking,
knows.
Ed, it was going to be like a you know, like all questions for all the members, you know, that were in, you know, because it was a celebration, and then you're bringing in his sideshow guys that he goes on other shows with, and I think it put off a lot of the real, you know, Discord members and T-Talk's real members and stuff. So no, Ed says they're going to do an Arsenal one. That's
Oh,
like us and Greenbone and King maybe or something,
yeah.
and what Ed also wants to do, like how they do these drafts. He wants to do an all-timer, so a couple of us old school guys
Oh,
and new
okay.
school Arsenal fans, and we do like
Yeah.
pick an all-time Arsenal team each kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that looks like it's fun. Yeah, and,
Yeah, because Creambone's another 10 years on top of us, isn't he? So he's like,
yeah, he's 50 something,
yeah,
and I'm 47. You and Peony are both about 42, aren't you?
yeah.
Yeah, Ed's always on to do this one, like be the MC
Oh,
and
that'd
monitor.
be really interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun, because
Yeah,
it'd be like Lee Dixon versus Lauren, and you know, different
that's
eras.
easy. Lee Dixon. It's not even a competition. That
With the
one.
different eras of players. Yeah, like Tariq's all over the players of now, and
Yeah.
knows, and
See,
I'm just like,
Nigel
man, these other
Winterburn
guys were way better
Nigel Winterburn wasn't the greatest left back we've ever had, but Lee Dixon
With
for me
the
is
four
the greatest
together.
right back.
Made the
Yeah.
four together.
The four together. But Nigel Winterburn, I would have.
He was the weakest
easily
link,
swapped him
but
up.
he
Yeah.
knew how to play with them. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. But yeah, but I better shut this off because
What's
we're
he saying?
still talking.
Yeah, like people were leaving Ed, and I mean Creambone stayed in, and then he was talking about how he knew the cheating, but I was like, I could tell right off the bat, like.
Well, I was thinking, why has Jamie got two screens on? Because I would have
See that
assumed
he was looking at another screen, and then he'd be like,
yeah.
and he'd sit back like he wasn't really looking. And I'm like, you already looked.
Yeah, and I'm like, surely that must have been one of the rules. Don't have screens on. Just have your camera on, and that's it. Not be
Well,
able
and the
to
other
just,
way is just you couldn't you just put questions out as like polls on for quizzes, and you're like how we do it on the Discord. It could be something like that on the YouTube. I don't know
yeah,
how you get it exactly that way, but
yeah, because I want to do a quiz at some point. But it's But now I've watched Ed do his.
like you see how it does it on the Discord. Ed's won a few. Peony loves it. Where it's like it's like who's the fastest, and I'm like, man, I'm getting all these right, yet I'm not even in first place because I'm slow to get the thing. I'm like, or I'm pressing the wrong one, or I clocked it on Kesh. Last thing saw it was Fleasley's no cheating. It's just
okay. So
I think it's just that Liverpool thing. They have to win, or.
See, I noticed it, but I didn't want to say anything because I thought, well, surely he wouldn't be.
I'm like, it looks pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, but I just thought, I thought surely he's not doing that because that's pointless. Because it's not a competition.
He was making it obvious because he's coming up with these amazing answers out of the left field and like getting caps for guys early on exactly right. I'm like, oh come on, you don't know the exact caps of every player.
It's just mad. Because he got the FA Cup, the highest Wembley attendance. Trust me, not a lot of people know that. That is not something everyone knows.
He had caps of like all the Ferdinands exactly right.
Yeah. See, because I wanted to do the quiz, and
I can get in the right range of knowing how players maybe had around the right month, but you're never going to have it exact.
It is LAFC.
Oh, it's LA City FC.
Yeah.
They're the one I like. I don't like Galaxy because they had Beckham.
There you go. That's why I've chosen this one because I prefer this one myself.
And they have Vela, Carlos Vela.
There you go. I actually liked Carlos Vela. I
did too.
I was quite gutted that he didn't do too well at us, to be honest.
We had so many good players at the time. That's all it was.
Because
And he
I
was
watched
fed
him
up not
playing
playing.
at MLS and he did well at MLS. So
He has tore it up in MLS. Like,
yeah,
and you should see the LAFC because it's kind of East LA. So it's like it's a lot of Latinos, like Mexicans and Central Americans. They go nuts in that stadium. It's like a South American game. Like they're jumping and singing and shooting things off, and it's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, LA City FC or whatever they call it. I don't know. They're fun to watch. They're a real good team.
Yeah. But yeah, I better shut this off because we're still talking.
Take care, Ed. Carlos Vela scored against us for West Brom.
He's dead.
Scored against us for West Brom. Oh yeah, I can't remember. He was on what? Who else? We put. Was it Ainsley out to West Brom? No, Nabry.
I'm gonna have to go because there's a problem with Blake. So
Take care, Blake.
All right, see you later, Moss. Take care, everyone.
That he was West Brom too at that time.